it's done this since. Oh god. Please slow down, heart. Just slow down. Stop racing. I cough and for some reason feel a grin cross my face. So this is how I die, huh? Trying to stay healthy? Yeah, that's ironic. How ironic, see? I'm all ready to give up right here. But then I feel my heart slow down. 2 hands grab under my arms and tug upwards. I look and see Emmy standing over me with a mixture of delight and worry. On your feet! Come on, you'll never catch your breath that way. Somehow I manage to stand. I try to raise my arms above my head, but they feel like lead. I start to walk around the track while Emmy keeps close to me like she's afraid I'll fall over or something. She may not be far off. I feel terrible and say so. Emmy laughs. But you finished, didn't you? You said you couldn't, but you did. Isn't that worth it? I'm not sure. I don't really have the breath to say so. But the small grin I felt on her face earlier hasn't left. See, it's that 3 face. So what if my heart's weak? I still survived this morning. Maybe I'll survive tomorrow, too. Shadow shade. As soon as it becomes apparent that I'm not going to suddenly keel over, Emmy takes off on her sprints. I don't know how the hell she can manage to sprint after running a mile, but I guess she's in much better shape than me. No shit, Sherlock. Once again, as I walk around the track, I can't help but watching Emmy sprint. There's her face again. It's like the 3rd time. It's weird, but she's a different person when she's pushing herself. Last time I noticed her eyes, but this time it's her mouth that catches my attention. She's not wearing her normal grin. She's still smiling, but there's a tightness to it. It's almost a grim, like she's fighting a losing battle but doesn't care. She seems to be running harder, like she did yesterday. Sweat has started to pour down her face, but she keeps going. Her mouth finally opens as she can no longer get enough air through her nose. As she passes me once more, legs pumping, arms swinging in time, and her lips slightly parted, she looks beautiful. Shutter shade. She looks beautiful. Uh-oh, Hisao. After we, oh yeah, I agree with you on that. She's pretty cute, pretty beautiful. After we both taken some laps around the track to cool down, Emmy changes back to her usual self. The transformation I saw in her is gone. Not bad today, Hisao. It's almost admiration in her voice. What do you mean? Would have stopped if you hadn't yelled at me. Emmy colors a little, seemingly embarrassed about her outburst. Sorry about that. I just can't stand to see people give up, especially about something like this. Saying I can't go on is silly when you're obviously going on while you're saying it. That's what this is all about. What? Saying silly things? Emmy sticks her tongue out at me. Idiot! I mean showing that you're alive. Showing I'm alive, huh? I didn't know it had to be so painful. But it does feel pretty good despite that. Besides, this is one of the hardest days. What do you mean? Whenever you start a workout, it's difficult the first day, really hard the second day, and the 3rd day is easier. You'll still get days that are really hard, but they'll pop up less and less. So this will eventually get really easy, huh? Yeah, of course. But then you have to increase the difficulty, or you'll never get ahead. You'll just get complacent, and you'll lose a sense of accomplishment. So I'll have to run more than just 4 laps, huh? Yep, but not for a while. You have to be careful, you know. A thought strikes Emmy, and her face lights up. Got it! Got what? You can come with me to see the nurse. That way you won't fall over dead or anything. How charming. When? Right now, of course. You'll need a shower and everything, right? We don't have much time then. Grabbing my hand, she's off, pulling me with her. Shutter shade. My goodness, but you're in a hurry today, aren't you, Emmy? I have no idea how we got to the nurse's office so fast, but here we are. The nurse grins at Emmy and seems to completely ignore me. You've got plenty of time to take a shower and get to class, you know. There's no need to run through the hallways like that. I could hear you coming a mile away. Somehow it didn't seem like he's actually scolding Emmy at all. It's like this sort of routine between the two of them. That jazz. Emmy does a passable imitation of remorse. I'm sorry, I won't ever do it again. The nurse and Emmy both laugh at some private joke. Suddenly it seems that he noticed me. Ah, hello, Hisao. What brings you here? Well, Hisao's officially joined me on morning runs. I start to explain, but Emmy cuts me off. I thought he might need to visit you so that he doesn't die or anything. The nurse raises an eyebrow in mock horror. Yes, that would certainly put me out of a job fast, wouldn't it? Well then, Hisao, let's have a look at you. Lift up your shirt, would you? I'm suddenly very conscious of the fact that Emmy's in the room with me and blush in spite of myself. The nurse seems to sense my discomfort, but it only seems to amuse him. A bit shy, are we? He makes an apologetic bow to Emmy. Sorry, Emmy, I tried to get you a free show, but it doesn't seem to have worked. Emmy stiffens slightly and fires a look of annoyance at him. You're an asshole. Emmy bows to me apologetically. I'll wait outside, okay, Hisao? That guy. I'm beginning to stammer that's not really a big deal. She didn't have to leave, but she's already out the door and the nurse is laughing as he watches her go. What a dick. Still got it. Ha! I don't follow. He laughs again like he's on a joke that's in his head. I can still get her flustered. It's a competition of sorts we've had going on for a while now. It sounds incredibly sinister to me, and it seems as if the nurse realizes that too. That sounded a lot worse than it actually is, come to think of it. I wasn't going to say anything. No, you're right. I should fill you in so you don't get the wrong idea. I'm actually relatively new here, you see. I got hired on the same year Emmy started going here. Before that, I worked with Emmy during her initial rehab following her accident. Hold on, what? We had to amputate her legs after a really nasty car wreck and nearly killed her and succeeded. Killed her and succeeded. Oh, okay. He shuts up abruptly. I blink at receiving this unexpected piece of news. Well, it's not my place to say. Anyway, we've known each other for quite a while, so we have a slightly more familiar relationship than is strictly professional. He seems embarrassed, like he's done something stupid. I guess he's really worried about that. I wave a hand to let him know it's not a big deal. Don't worry, sir. I promise I'm going to be discreet. I've been worrying about what caused Emmy to lose her legs, and that was one of the scenarios I thought of. There were only so many ways that it could have happened, but actually hearing the facts is still a little shocking. Well, thanks. You're a good kid, Hisao. You can see why Emmy became friends with you. She's quite indomitable, you know. What do you mean? You didn't see her learning to walk. She'd go for so much longer than the others in the hospital. She refused to quit. Normally it takes years to get to the point where you can even think about running again. Emmy did it in about a year. He almost seems proud of her, like a father who watches his daughter win a competition or something. Hell, she'd probably have done it faster if not for the fact that we wouldn't let her. Wouldn't let her? Why not? Because she'd go for so long their legs would start bleeding where they met their prosthetics. That's a real concern. That's why she comes by every day after she runs, to say nothing of the risk of infection if her legs gets cut up and her prosthetics, I don't know, are dirty. But enough about that. If we don't get you on your way soon, Emmy will think we're up to something. As he says, he gives me a wink and begins checking my heartbeat. The stethoscope is way too cold. Do you want him to warm it up or something? Yeah, you really should have heated it up or something before I used it. You big baby. After a few minutes, he leans back satisfied. Well, you sound pretty good to me, Hisao. You don't have any chest pains while you're running, did you? No, not really. I had some trouble catching my breath, though, and my heart was racing by the end, too. The nurse frowns as I say this, but then shrugs. It's probably just because you're out of shape. But if you don't improve, then you should let me know, okay? Don't push yourself too much. And of course, if you have any other chest pains, come to me immediately, right? Put my shirt back on, then the nurse leans out of the doorway to call in Emmy. What took you so long? Now I'm going to be late. The nurse gives me a significant look. I was just seducing Hisao, that's all. What? Come on. What have I told you about seducing my friends? I expected Emmy to be shocked by this, but instead she seems merely annoyed, scolding the nurse as if he was a child stealing cookies. Meanwhile, I'll try not to blush at the nurse's innuendo. I'll try not to do it again, though I fear young Hisao may be lost to the female gender forever. Not freaking likely. Awkward silence. I didn't mean to say that out loud, but both the nurse and Emmy regard me for a moment before bursting into laughter again. That was really awkward silence. Told you it's funny, didn't I? Huh, I guess Emmy does talk to the nurse about a lot of stuff. Well, Hisao, you should probably get moving. You still need a shower before class starts, don't you? Crap, he's got a point. It looks like we've only got half an hour. You take a half-hour shower? Are you fucking kidding me? What the fuck? Thanks for your time. I'll see you later, Emmy. I dash out of the room as the nurse begins to remove Emmy's prosthetics. As I head down the hallway, I can just barely hear his voice drifting after me. Emmy, you've got to be more careful. Uh-oh. I make it back to my room and shower in record time. It occurs to me that I've already been out for 4 hours and class hasn't even started yet. Jesus Christ. This is going to be a really, really long day. I hope I don't fall asleep in class. Katawa Shoujo, meow, bear, cats, fish. Wake up, Hisao. The morning sunlight streaming through my window wakes me up instead of my alarm, and I realize that must be Sunday. Emmy has kindly deigned to give me weekends off from our morning runs. I don't actually know if I woke up at all yesterday or if I just slept through the entire day. My legs groan in protest as I lever myself out of bed. All this running is really taking it out of me. Still, I can't deny that Emmy wasn't lying to me. It has gotten a little easier. I've been worried that the runs would start to wear on my nerves, but thus far I haven't minded them that much. Well, it's only been a week. I suppose there's plenty of time for me to start dreading the sound of my alarm in the